Today, I am making chicken paprikash for you. I'm going to show you how it's done. I have everything ready to go. This is it, but it's as easy as all my recipes, just has a few more ingredients. But basically, we're going to put everything into my crock pot. I love that my crock pot will sear on the stove. So if you have one of those Green Chef or one of the pots that you can put on your stove and sear it directly, you're going to love this recipe. If you have a crock pot, if you have a stock pot, any kind of pot, you can make this chicken paprikash made with paprika. So I had a girlfriend from Hungary and she always said paprika. So that's how I started saying it now. I will try to not say it that way again. Hi, I'm RJ. Welcome to Keto Over 50. I'm so excited for you to join me. Usually I make the easiest recipes I can find, but today this is actually easy, but I got to this point. I've got 2 giant chicken breasts with the bone in, and they're seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic, and paprika. And then I have a bowl of ground beef that I put in a little bit of breadcrumbs. And the way I make keto breadcrumbs is I take a few pieces of keto bread and I dry them out in my air fryer. And then I pulverize them in my NutriBullet. And so it's that easy. And now you have breadcrumbs that you can use in meatloaf or meatballs or anything that you're going to make. I did that already. And then it's just seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic. And I think I put a little onion powder. And I also put in a tablespoon of dehydrated onion. And there's a reason why I do that. If you use fresh onion and you're making meatballs, sometimes the onions are so juicy, it'll make the meatballs fall apart. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in my crock pot, just a little bit. It's a nonstick coating, so I don't need a whole lot. And I'm going to make, if you watched my cookie video, you know how much I love making meatballs with my scoop after living a whole life without it. Actually, I think they're ready to just drop right in that way because I turned on the stove a little while ago. But this makes it so fast, oopsie, and so easy to just make some meatballs. Thank you for joining me. I'm so excited to grow my community. If you're enjoying this, I hope you'll like and subscribe. We're just going to brown these meatballs. This stew is so good. I don't know if it's right to call it a stew. It's paprikash. So I have carrots, and I know carrots aren't keto. I just have a few. I bought 2 medium carrots and sliced them up. And I have 1 medium onion chopped and 2 stalks of celery. And that's it. And then a pound of mushrooms. Interesting. My mother used to make this for me for my birthday. And she used cream of mushroom soup, which I don't care for. So I just started making it with mushrooms, and I use heavy cream and chicken stock, and that's it. And I will put the recipe in the description, so you don't have to worry. Just watch as you follow along, and there we go. I'm almost done. I have one more meatball to go, or 2 little ones. So we've got everything here. The carrots, kind of a mirepoix, the carrots, the onions, the celery. Here's the pound of roughly chopped mushrooms. They're going to cook down. They're going to be fantastic. And then I just have some dehydrated parsley, and I have paprika, and I have a little xanthan gum, which is what we're going to use to thicken the sauce. It's going to come together so quickly, you're not even going to believe it. Okay, so the meatballs are starting to get done quickly. Like I said, it's so easy. Okay, there we go. We're going to cook these on their other side and remove them. And then we're going to sear the chicken. So that's really all you're doing, is kind of combining chicken and your meatballs. And then we're going to make this incredible stock based with chicken stock and the mushrooms and the vegetables. And then we're going to put the crock pot in its holder for a while, 5 or 6 hours, and it's going to come away. It's going to be so tender. I will take the chicken off of the bones. You can see Whee! They're the full breast with the bones on them. And you don't want anyone hitting a bone when they're eating it. But it adds so much more flavor to have the chicken breast with the skin on it. Just makes it so much better. Now these don't have to be cooked that well. You can see they're nice and, whoopsie, they're nice and brown. And they're going to cook in the stew, in the stock for a while. Look at how beautiful that is. Whoopsie. That guy's trying to run away. There is no escape. Your destiny is sealed here. Stay in my chicken paprikash. Okay. So now we have a little bit beef fat in there. And watch this. I'm not adding more oil. I'm just going to put these chicken breasts down. Oh, this is going to smell so good. Wow. Wow, I almost need a bigger pot, huh? These are really big chicken breasts. And that's it. I'm going to sear them on one side. I'm going to flip them over. And then I'm going to take them out and sear the mushrooms and all the vegetables. And that's it. It's really easy. And then season it, which is super easy. Chicken stock. I may add some better than bouillon base, which I really like. It kicks up the flavor a lot. And so that's it. I know this seems like a very ambitious job, but seriously, these guys were the bad guy, just cleaning and giving a rough chop to the mushrooms. That's it. Let me see if I can get this open. Oh, that's exciting. My better than bouillon base. Just love that. It adds just a little kick. And they've only been in here for 2 minutes. Look at that. You can see that the skin is starting to get crispy. Ah, so beautiful. That is going to add so much flavor to this. Okay, I've got my old pepper and salt shaker. This is pretty fun. Look at it. He goes, this way is salt. And this way is pepper. Okay. And I did season this with paprika. I'm going to put a little more on. Here he is. I don't know if I mentioned in earlier videos, but I've had 2 hand surgeries this year for trigger finger. I've never dropped so much stuff. I break dishes. I'm always dropping things. And that's what it is. I just think they're kind of weak. And then I go play golf, which tortures them, but it's fun. Okay, let's check these chicken breasts. It's been 7 minutes. And we really just want to get a nice sear on them. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes since I put the chicken breasts in. I've turned them once, I turned them twice. I set them on their big end here like this because they're just so thick, and with the rib meat and the rib bones under them, I wanted to get that seared all around. I could turn off the fan. Someone said they didn't hear the fan when I was cooking last time, but I don't want it to be distracting. So I try to not use it as much unless I absolutely have to. Okay, there's, I forgot to show you, and I almost dropped it. About 2 tablespoons of butter. Onions like butter. And I have the onions and the mushrooms. And I'm just going to sear them in here as soon as this butter melts. And I've got the stove set to about medium, on its way to medium high, but not quite that. Not quite to medium high, because I don't want to burn them. I just want to caramelize the onions. And here we go. Look at this. Beautiful, colorful. Eat the rainbow. Pick the rainbow up off your floor. I lost a few ambitious onions. They took a header. They jumped. Okay. And yes, this is what I call playing with your food. We're going to let these saute in the butter a little bit. And the star of the dish, the mushrooms. Look at that. And you can see it's a rough chop. It's a very rough chop. Some pieces are big. I'm going to put the lid on this to sweat these out just a little bit. And it's coming along beautifully. See, it's so easy. Okay, so it's only been about 5 minutes. And the mushrooms are cooking down. The onions are cooking down. They're getting clear. It's just beautiful. So I have decided that I am going to take the chicken off the bones. Maybe I'm just trying to make the dish harder to make than it is, right? This is going to be really easy. So all I'm going to do, if you can see this, is pull back. Go. You can see there's like a quarter of the breast, another quarter of the breast. I don't think I'm being too picky here. And then we're just going to come in here. Whoopsie. I'm going by feel, and I do feel a little, see this little bone in here? There. That's it. And now I feel a lot more comfortable just having this bit, this butterfly here, out. And we'll put the rest of it back in, cut it into a few pieces. Boom. Isn't that lovely? And then we're going to do the same thing to the other guy. I can smell those mushrooms cooking. Look at this. That didn't take long. I cut up the chicken and it took about 10 minutes here. Oopsie. Oh, I'm not using a pot holder. And you can see how it's sweat. And this is exactly how you want it to be. I'm going to add just the parsley. Oh, there go those hands again. There's about a tablespoon of dehydrated parsley and a teaspoon of paprika. Beautiful. And I'm going to add a tablespoon or so, maybe a glopping tablespoon of Better Than Bouillon chicken base. I just really like how that makes the flavors pop. Until that was cold, it settled everything down. Settle down, you guys. Contemplating just sprinkling it right over there because it's not going to lump up. So here we go. And I have more if I need it. I'm just sprinkling it on there. It's not going to get lumpy like flour will, like you want to use. I remember I used to use Wondra flour to make gravies. So funny how we can change everything we do. Once you're on keto, you find a better way to do it and you realize the flour is not your friend. I always like that when you say, oh, I love that. It doesn't love me back. Like, no kidding. The good news is we can make do, and even better, we can enjoy things. I made chaffles yesterday, then I ate 2 of them. That was nice. They were so good. I had one with sugar-free syrup, and I had one with peanut butter and Chalk Zero orange marmalade. I'm adding another half teaspoon of xanthan gum. I love these little Prep Works containers. They all have something fancy. This one has the little grill, the little sifter. So if you wanted to sprinkle something on your dish, you could do that. I just like that. And I love the one for flour that has a bar in it. So you just pick up your scoop. You don't have to take a knife and level it off. Okay, so we're stirring in the xanthan gum. And I just know it's thinking about getting sticky, right? So we're going to add, I think I have a cup of stock in here. And we're going to add, I brought out another container of stock. Oh, I got the wrong one. I got vegetable stock. we're going to go like this and turn it into chicken stock. The magic of editing. I grabbed the vegetable stock by accident. Oh, come on, girl. I need more editing than that, right? I still didn't get it. It cracked. I broke the seal. There we go. There was one more. There we go. Just a little bit more. Now, you don't want it to be like soup. It's not soup. It's a stew in a gravy. This can't be this hard to do. I emerge victorious, yes. Okay, so you can see it's not nearly wet enough to be a soup. See, I didn't lie. I told you this was super, super easy. So here comes the chicken that I have deboned. Ah, that looks so good, especially the seared skin part. Now, that's not going to be crispy by the time we go to eat it. And then here's the meatballs and all of their juices. That is it. I may hit it with a little more salt and pepper. And this is how you want it. And in a slow cooker like this, you're going to see the stock will get a little bit thicker, but it will be lovely. So I've been cooking at, can you see that? Just like medium, just above medium to medium high. And you can see it's enough to make it boil. That's where the xanthan gum, the thickening from that, is starting to take effect. And pretty soon the whole thing will be thick and juicy like that. But I can tell you, it smells just heavenly. So all I'm going to do now is put it in the crock pot, which has been heating for about 2 hours while I got everything together. And that's it. It's so easy. And when you taste this, and you can put it on cauliflower mash, you could put it just in a bowl. You could eat it with a piece of keto bread, toasted, make garlic toast, whatever you enjoy the most. You can have this and you're just absolutely going to love it. It's nothing else tastes like it. You know how you'll eat something and you say, oh, it reminds me of this, it reminds me of that. This is so unique. I hope you'll try it. If you're enjoying the content, please hit like and subscribe. Help me get my channel up. And if I'm going to put some links in the bottom for some of the products that I've used as an Amazon affiliate, I may earn a small commission. So I just want to disclaim that. Wait until you see how I finish this up. I started making this chicken paprikash yesterday. And because if you make it in a stock pot on the stove, you can have it done in 2 hours. But I wanted to make it easy. I made it in my crock pot. And so it cooked a few hours last night. And around 10 o'clock, I unplugged it and I put it in the refrigerator. So this morning, I put it back in the crock pot. And it's been cooking ever since. And I am excited to show you just how easy and how delicious this is. This is what it looks like after cooking. You can see the beautifully browned meatballs. The chicken is just so tender. It'll just break apart even with the spoon. And there's mushrooms and gravy. But I have a special way I'm going to finish this off. So stick around till the end because the way I finish this off makes it incredibly silky and smooth and creamy. You're just going to love it. I know you will. This is fantastic. Here we are. We're ready to finish this off. Now, it has been cooking for hours in the crock pot. One of the things I want to do is add a little bit more salt now that it's had a chance to cook in. And this is Himalayan pink salt. And then this goes either way, as I showed you. A lot of cracked black pepper. I'm going to add a little bit more paprika. It should have a nice red color to it. And I tasted it, and I think it needs a little bit of onion powder. Even though there's a whole onion cut up and put in there, it'll just add a little bit of pizzazz. So we're going to stir in the additional seasoning. Oh, it smells so good. Sounds weird. It smells like my birthday. I know after 50, birthdays are just another day, aren't they? Okay, but we have to celebrate because we're still here and we're doing the very best we can. And if you're doing the very best you can, God bless you, because it's easier to not try hard. So I know if you're watching this, you're trying hard to do the very best you can to stay healthy and fit with keto. Okay, so I have a half a cup measure here, and I am going to finish this off with a half a cup, oh God, that's beautiful, of heavy whipping cream. And this is going to make all the difference in the world in how creamy it looks, because we thickened it with xanthan gum instead of flour, so it doesn't have that color that I'm looking for like it had when Mom made it. So what a change, what a difference. Look at this. Okay, so when you look at this, you can see the difference that a little heavy whipping cream makes. It brings out that beautiful color, that wonderful golden hue. You've got the little bits of carrots, you've got meatballs, you've got chicken. Look at this. It is so beautiful. And it's one of those dishes that is just so rich that, especially being on keto, you just don't ever feel deprived. You have to cook like this to really be satisfied on keto, I think. If you're just eating luncheon meat and cheese slices all the time, I think you're going to feel deprived. But when you're eating wonderful, tender chicken and yummy meatballs, you can see there's just a few carrots in there, and you've got celery and onions. So the taste is going to be unlike anything you've ever had. It's just delicious. This is my favorite part, when I get to show you that it worked. It's so easy. So here we are with this beautiful pot of chicken paprikash, and you can see the big chunks of chicken in there, beautiful meatballs. You know, there's something about the variety of having the meatballs and the chicken in one pot that just makes it so yummy, so hearty. A little bit of carrots, you can see it's really not that bad for keto. I only put in 2 medium carrots and an onion, which is also carbs. But this is, I grabbed a fork and a spoon to taste this because I don't want to miss a drop. It's so incredible. Now look at this chicken, how it just flakes apart. Oh boy, it's so good. And it really is easy. You know, another reason I love this recipe is because you usually have all these ingredients at home. You have chicken and you have ground beef, and that's really all you need. And chicken stock, a little bouillon, the seasoning. If you don't have paprika, you need that for your kitchen. But this is just one of the most amazing dishes. And to me, it tastes like fall. It tastes like October. And it makes me think of all the times my mom made it for me for my birthday. I have to switch to a spoon because I really want a big spoonful of this gravy, the sauce. I love to hear your feedbacks. Please comment. Let me know what you think. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. This is RJ saying thank you for stopping by Keto Over 50 today.